Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be making Hailey Bieber's famous pizza toast. I'm actually so excited to try this. It looks really easy and good because first of all, who doesn't love pizza? So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is just preheat the oven, so when we're chopping, getting everything ready, that can just heat up so then we don't have to wait on it. But yeah. Okay, we got this bad boy heating up to 375. This might take a minute, so while we wait, we're just gonna start chopping up the food. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna cut up this tomato, which we'll be putting on our toast, obviously. And she kind of like cut it up and then marinated it with some salt, pepper, lemon, and olive oil, which sounds so good. So I'm just gonna cut it with this knife. I don't know if you need a serrated knife for tomatoes. I don't eat tomatoes that much. Okay, yeah, this works. And also my tomato is not going to be as pretty as hers. She used an heirloom tomato, and this is just aroma, but whatever, this will do. So now that we got our little tomatoes, I have this plate, and we're just going to place these onto here. I'm not going to use the ends, just because these are not as attractive. So yeah, sorry about that. I guess I'll probably eat these later. But I'm not going to use it for the toast. So cute. Then she pretty much just drizzled some olive oil on these. And how cute is this bottle? It's from Williams Sonoma. I forgot what the actual brand's called, but like this is so pretty. Then I'm going to cut up let me use a different knife. I don't want to get tomato all over this lemon because we're not going to use the whole thing. Just squeeze this over the top. Okay, and now we're gonna add some salt on the top of these just because I feel like tomatoes don't have a lot of flavor unless you put salt on them. So I have two of these. How pretty are these salts too? Oh my god, I'm obsessed. I think this one is just Maldon salts, which I'm obsessed with. So I'm just gonna put these a little bit on all these tomatoes. If it needs more salt later, we can always add more. And then I'm also going to put some crushed pepper on these. And actually quickly, I don't think she did this in hers, but what sounds really good is maybe some garlic powder. So I'm going to get some and sprinkle that on too. Okay, so I'm back and here's the garlic powder. Just garlic always makes everything taste better. So I'm going to add that. And I also have some dried oregano just because I feel like all pizzas have oregano. So I'm going to add a little bit of that too. Oh my god, yes, this smells so good. Okay, so now that we got these seasoned, I'm just gonna set these aside, and when we're ready to assemble, we'll use them. But that literally, the oregano makes it smell like pizza. Now the next thing we're gonna do is cut up the bread. In her video, she used sourdough, but I have this challah bread that I made. It was a round challah, so this actually will work because it looks like actual like sourdough slices, sort of. And plus I just love challah bread. So I'm gonna cut a couple slices of this. Obviously the challah is like softer than sourdough, but this will definitely work. I'll just cut 2 slices of this because like these are actually pretty big. So yeah, there's our little bread. Now the last thing that we're gonna kind of get ready is just to get the cheese in order. So in her video, she used burrata, but I'm just going to use what I have. I literally had these fresh mozzarella balls, but I ended up using them in something else. So we're gonna have to just go with some mozzarella string cheese. This is obviously not as aesthetic, but once it's melted on the bread, like literally who cares? Like you're not even gonna be able to see it. So I'm just going to chop this up into kind of like slices. And I also have some manchego cheese too. I feel like this would just be good because I don't know if you guys like Spanish tapas, but I really love it. And I feel like they use a lot of like manchego and tomatoes, so I feel like that could also be pretty tasty. And at the end, I also have some Parmesan to top it with, but this is just the cheese we're gonna cut up because this is what's gonna be melted on the bread in the oven. So yeah. And by the way, I also washed this knife off, so don't worry, I'm not getting like tomato all over the cheese. Okay, so here's everything. I know this is not assembled yet, but I'm already obsessed. It's looking so good. Okay, so the next order of business is to put a little bit of butter on the bread because we're gonna put it in a pan to get it a little bit crispy, which sounds so delectable. So I like a lot of butter just because butter is amazing. So I'm gonna put low-key a lot. And plus the more butter you put on, I feel like it gets just like way crispier. But obviously we don't want it to be like overly greasy because that's also not it either. And then we'll just do the backs quickly. Ta-da. Okay, so now we got our little pan all set up. I'm just gonna put these on. Oh God, all of the butter just came off. Oopsies, that's fine. And we'll just wait for these to get crispy. I'm actually annoyed that I ripped that, but oh well, it'll be fine. And in the meantime, I'm going to add some sauce to this pan. And just because I like it extra fattening, I'm gonna add a little bit of cream so it's more of like that vodka sauce vibe. So let me do that quickly. Okay, you guys, so here's the toasted bread and I'm getting so freaking excited. So now we're gonna assemble and throw these bad boys in the oven. All right, guys, my apologies that it's probably so hard to see just because of the angle, but whatever, we're gonna make do. So the first thing she did was kind of just put some cheese onto these breads. So this is not gonna look that pretty right now because we are not using aesthetic cheese. But once it's melted, like I said, like we're not even gonna be able to notice. So yeah, just putting that on there. And then a little bit of the manchego. There's actually a lot of cheese on this. I'm positive that once this comes out of the oven, it's gonna be oozing, and I'm kind of regretting that I didn't put any like tin foil underneath this because this is gonna be so annoying to clean, but it's fine. Now we're gonna add the tomatoes on here, and oh my God, guys, I know this isn't even cooked or anything, but the oregano on here smells so good. So we're just gonna place those on top. And this is like actually kind of pretty with these sliced tomatoes. And for just 2 pieces of bread, that one Roma tomato actually is like the perfect amount too, because I have 6 slices here. So there we go. Look at how good this looks. Like, I'm actually not over it. I need to take a photo really quickly, so we're gonna resume filming after. Okay, so I got my pictures and I'm back. So now I'm just gonna add this marinara sauce on top, and then it's ready for the oven. And oh my God, I'm actually so happy I put the cream inside of the marinara. Oops, this is actually getting messy, whoopsies. But oh my God, this looks and smells amazing already. Like, I actually can't get over it. Okay, so here are our toasts. This one got a little messy, but I'm gonna throw these in the oven now. Okay, so these have been in the oven for like 7 minutes. I just took them out because the next step is we're gonna add some more cheese onto here. So this is just some Parmesan. Well, actually it's Pecorino Romano, but it's like pretty much the same as Parmesan, but I actually just prefer this. So I'm just gonna grate this on. And one other step that I also forgot that she did was add truffle oil. Like, how could I forget? That sounds so freaking good. So we're also going to add a little bit of that too. And then we'll pop this back in the oven and then it should be done. Oh, and one other thing she did add is some red pepper flakes, but I'm also gonna add some more oregano too, just so it's extra pizza-y. So we're gonna sprinkle these on. I literally am obsessed with chili flakes. And you know what? Just for good measure, we're gonna add some more garlic, because you literally can't go wrong, and I'm just by myself, so I don't have to worry if I have my mouth tasting like garlic. So anyways, now we're done with this, and we are gonna pop these back in the oven, and then they should be done after. I feel like I'm in a garden, like literally. Like, why am I a barefoot Contessa right now? Okay, you guys, so here's the finished product. Got it all plated up. The only thing I would change, and this isn't anything about the recipe, this is just for aesthetic purposes, I wish I had some basil to sprinkle on top, because I feel like that would just give it a little extra pop of something. Right now, not that this is ugly, but it's just kind of there. But at the same time, it's pizza toast, and like, it's, I mean, is it supposed to be cute? Probably not. But anyways, let's get to the taste test. I'm sure this is probably so good. Like, how can you go wrong with this? But I'm gonna use a fork and knife just because I'm kind of scared this is gonna fall apart. Just because the bread was a tad bit on the delicate side. Actually, I'll pick this up with my hands. Oh my God, looks so good. And I love that it has all the seasonings and stuff on top. That is so good. I'm actually obsessed. Another thing that I think would be good with this is if this had some pesto on it. I don't know. I'm just a big pesto fan, and like, obviously pesto goes with like pizza and stuff. But overall, I'm absolutely obsessed with this. This is so easy to make. And I wasn't sure how it was gonna be with the challah bread, because challah, like, I don't know, sometimes it's kind of soft, but once you bake it, sorry, truffle wanted to be included, but once you bake it and you like cook it on the pan and whatever, it actually gets super crispy and it's really good. So if you have challah at your house, you can try it with that too, because it's still, I think this is just as good as if I use sourdough. And one other thing I'm obsessed with, oh my God, that touch of truffle oil actually makes the biggest difference. I know not everyone likes truffle, but I'm obsessed. Truffle is my dog too, as you can tell that I love truffles. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want me to try out any more kind of viral foods that are on TikTok or whatever, let me know and I'll make a video about it. And I'll see you guys in my next one.